Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are you? Well, Billy Freckles, I just wolfed down to breakfast, so I apologize if my stomach rumblings. I didn't eat for like 12 hours, and then I made myself my favorite breakfast, which is basically scrambled eggs, cheesy scrambled eggs with chives, burned up bacon, and a cup of coffee. No toast, no fucking potatoes, none of that shit. If I had an avocado, slice it up raw on the side. I fan it out like a deck of cards. I like to treat myself every once in a while. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I watched game one of the Stanley Cup final last night. Put it on in the third. I had the gig last night. Glen Ross. I was able to watch, I think I got 10 minutes left in the third period. It was already tied up 3-3. I know Edmonton scored first, and then Florida seemed to go ahead. I think they were up 3-2, and then Edmonton scored the tie. And then it goes into overtime, and I was like, I got a bad feeling this is going to be some double overtime fucking thing. And, the second they get in overtime, nobody wants to make a mistake, so they play really safe hockey. And then it's like, they're like, triple fucking overtime. Unbelievable. It's triple overtime because everybody's so afraid to make a mistake. Well, somebody finally made a mistake on the Panthers, was clearing the puck out of his own end, and it went into the crowd, got a delay of game. So Florida had 4 guys on the ice, obviously. And somebody made an incredible move, like half wall, as Jack Edwards would say. And then I think it might have been McDavid. I don't think it was. They passed to McDavid, and then just a perfect saucer pass over to Leon Draisaitl. Top. What was it? Top. How do you look at the net? Is it house right or is it stage left? If you're facing the goal, I was very, very happy because I felt like whoever won game one was going to win the series. Well, no, I shouldn't say it. I feel like if Edmonton's going to win the series, they had to win game one because the Florida Panthers are absolutely fucking relentless. So you need them to be chasing you. You can't have them out front. They just have too much playoff experience. They got too many guys that have their name on the cup. I just really thought it was super important for them to win game one. I got to put on the AC. It's like fucking 90 degrees here in the city. They already won the cup last year, and then they added Brad Marchand, who's also fucking relentless. And I just thought it was super important for them to win that game one. I feel like if Florida wins game one, no way Edmonton beats them. I just don't think they do. I just think they're just too experienced. And, shit, we were up 3-1 against that fucking team, and they came back and beat us. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations. So I'm sort of torn here. Like, this is the deal. I want to see Edmonton win, because I want to see Canada get the cup. And I also love those Edmonton teams when I was growing up. And then I want to see Brad Marchand get his name on the cup. So either way, whoever wins, I'll be happy. But still, I don't like the Panthers. I just don't like them. I respect them. I don't like them. I still got too many... my emotions are still too close to the surface to root for that fucking team. But I do root for Marchand. He had a goal last night, of course. The guy fucking delivers. So that's where I am with that. And I'm guessing that the NBA Finals, it's the Stanley Cup Final and the NBA Finals. I think that starts tonight. And I don't know. For what I'm hearing from people, it's not going to be much of a fucking series. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case. We'll see. We shall see. And with that, I am in the final month of Glen Ross. I can't believe it. This Saturday, I'll only have 3 weeks of shows left. And we're still having so much fun. And, someday I'll tell you guys some stories. As I've said before, I can't remember if I already said this on this podcast because I had to start it and stop it. I can't remember if I told you this, but yeah, there's the show we're giving you, and then there's at this point the show we're doing for each other, trying to make each other laugh, and it's been such a great time. And people keep asking me, "Hey, are you going to do Broadway again?" And I would absolutely love to do it, but my fear is, there's no way it's going to be. It's no way it's going to be better than this, because this cast, everybody is fucking cool, and we're all laughing, all hanging out. The camaraderie, the vibe, and it's everybody, the people that work with the cast, the union guys, everybody, we're just all vibing. And also we're at the Palace Theater, which they raised up. So the dressing rooms are all brand new, and I visited some friends that are working in these old theaters on Broadway, and it's like, I got a friend of mine's working in an old moldy theater. There's like mold in the theater. Like the level that they treat these performers in some of these theaters, these old ass theaters, and I don't know who the hell owns them. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they could sweep up a little bit, put it that way. So we're in like the newest theater, I feel, in humane conditions, and everybody's fucking cool, and it's a quick play, and it's like sort of the perfect part for me to play. So I'm kind of nervous about doing it again, but I will definitely do it again. I got the bug, and the right thing comes along, and enough time in the future or whatever, and I can figure out a better way to do it with my family, I would 100% do it again. Yeah, it's been a great time. So anyway, with that, MotoGP comes back this weekend. Very excited. It's been a weird couple of races with the rain in France and the restart in England, which is good because it kind of like leveled it out. Like Marc Marquez is in striking distance of points with Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez was looking like he was going to win every fucking race. And then all of a sudden, the season starts going, and all of a sudden, it's not a done fucking deal there. I took a day for me today. I finally I got my first massage since, I don't know, like a year. And I finally went because I was walking down the street and I had to keep stopping and stretching. I felt like my Achilles was going to snap. And I got all the old man shit here. What do you need? Foam roller, the little fucking Theragun. You want the fucking massage balls. You want some massage balls up against the wall, on the floor, lacrosse ball for your calf. I got the whole fucking thing going on, and it's still tight as a drum. So I went and got some work done on me. I feel really good, and I got to go take the Epsom salt bath. But I got to tell you, is fucking being an old man, stretching, continuing to work out, and Epsom salt baths, and I kind of forgot about the massage. You got to do that shit, Listen to me. I get one massage, and all of a sudden I'm giving you guys fucking health tips. I'm just saying I feel better. I had a little fucking spring in my step going down the goddamn street there. Jesus, this city's getting fucking wild. It's still cool, but it's getting wild. Like I was hanging with a friend of mine. We're sitting at a coffee shop, and then like 10 feet down is some guy with his pants down shooting heroin into the outside of his calf. And I was like, wow. There's a lot of fucking older people out there going like, you know what? The 90s, you missed it. You didn't grow up in the 90s. The 90s was just the best decade. That took me back to the 90s. That's when people forget, You're just glorifying it. The 90s were not awesome. You were young. That's what it was. There was people the age you are now in the 90s going, what in the fuck has happened to the world? And they were going like, oh my God, the 1950s. You fucking missed it. Nobody's missing anything. You're just old now. So that shit, that was when I first moved to New York City. It was Wu-Tang. It was the Fugees. It was fucking people nodding off on heroin. And it was Rudy Giuliani coming in being like, we're going to fucking make this city white and safe again. Times Square is going to be corporate white safe again. Yeah, he just whited it up. And, they never did anything about the problems. They just removed the problems. I don't know where all of those people went, but I don't think if, you put a Disney store in Times Square, that person isn't addicted to heroin anymore. I don't know how it works. But anyway, still good coffee. It's definitely still good coffee. Yeah, but old New York's coming back. I'm fucking having to step over people coming down my stairs out of the building. People gathering themselves, people just hanging out. I will say the level of fucking like weed use in New York City is insane. At all hours of the day, and all these different ways that you can consume or ingest weed that are odorless, like gummies, oils, putting it into food and all of this stuff. And like, I go to the big gay gym in the morning, and then I hit my coffee shop 10:30, 11, and I walk down the street 10:30, 11 on a weekday, and I'm smelling weed everywhere. But nobody seems to care because that's just the people smoking it. Forget about somebody that's like microdosing or doing whatever these fucking things are. I think it's safe to say that weed is very addictive. Like, I would say if you are functioning in society and it's 11 in the morning on a fucking Tuesday and you are just fucking smoking weed, you have some sort of issue, right? But people who smoke weed, no, man, I just took a couple of hits. I get a nice little fucking, then I can kind of deal with my day and, I just kind of, man, right? But if you were sitting there and you had like those little fucking nips, I think I talked about this last podcast. If you had one of these fucking little nips, people would be checking in on you like, dude, I think you got a problem, man. Hey, there's nothing there's nothing wrong with cutting loose on the weekends, having a couple of beers, 3, 4 beer, as that guy in Canada said, Well, 1, 2 drinks a week. Well, what's that going to do for you? I think if you're home by yourself, I think there's nothing wrong with having 3, 4 beer. Sometimes I'll have like 5 or 6 beer. Fucking love that guy. So anyway, I got a show coming up at the Beacon Theater. So old Billy's been going out to the clubs and everything, and after my shoes. But I definitely want to watch this NHL series, man. The Stanley Cup final. I just got a feeling. I just felt like it was Edmonton's time. But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, we shall fucking see. Speaking of which, when I was going to my my massage today, I didn't go to my usual coffee shop. There was one up the street that I wanted to try. And there was always a line there and everything. And then I went in, and it blew my mind, right? There was like coffee, like they had like a large and small latte, large and small fucking cappuccino. All I see is plastic cups. And I'm like, this place sucks. Because that's my thing. I need real glasses, and there's only one size. There's no such thing as a large cappuccino. There's no such thing. That is some American shit. If you go to the fucking coffee chat, they tell you what it is. Everything gets fucking supersized over here. Why is that? Do you realize how fucked up this country is? This country tries to make its own people sick so it can make money off of them. It's fucking unbelievable. I'm seeing all of this shit about like seed oils and all of this stuff and how they paid off the fucking American Heart Association to look the other fucking way so they could, and then like heart disease was not a fucking problem. According to fucking Instagram, I don't know. I love how Luigi is a fucking terrorist, but these fucking CEOs that poisoned our food supply aren't. They're beyond terrorists. At least a terrorist bombs what they feel is the fucking enemy. These guys are attacking their own fucking people. But you know what? They're what? They got a lot of money and they pay it to the politicians, so they are not murderers. They are not treasonous people. But if you're some regular Joe and you walk up and you take a shot at one of them, all of a sudden, oh my God, this guy's a fucking terrorist. That's what I learned from that one. That's what I learned on that Luigi story. It isn't what you do, it's who you are and who you do it to that determines how they define you. Which determines whether CNN and Fox News understands what you did and is behind it or are confused, air quote. Why would somebody do something like this? Subtext. Health insurance companies advertise on our network. We don't understand why someone would be motivated. What is the motivation? Gee, I don't know. Everybody pays in, and when it's time for them to take care of us, they say to go fuck yourself, and they let you die. I mean, that's a good place to start, right? Wouldn't you think? Would you? Anyway, one show today, 7 p.m., so I got my whole day, and I don't have any stress anymore because I got the lines down. I finally was able to get a little fucking comfortable where I'm like, dude, this is like your act. You know how it goes, all right? Do you fucking sit there and babble your act before you go on stage? It's like, no, I don't, but I also can say whatever the fuck I want, if and when I mess up. But I still think there is like, I guess like an element of that. So anyway, this is my last week of being 56 years old, and next week I turn 57, in case you couldn't do the math. And you know what? I'm excited. I'm excited to be 57. 57, yeah, it just like feels great. Don't you love when old people do that shit? Yeah, like 57's like the new 26. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, lady. Fucking one-piece bathing suit with something fucking wrapped around your waist, please. Thank you. Thank you. That'll be enough. Thank you. I get it. I get it. You can't handle that you're an old bag now. All right? I get it. All right? But that doesn't mean we have to look at you in your Bo Derek bathing suit saying that you feel fucking good about yourself. No one wants to see that. You can say a lot of things about me, but I've worn a lot of clothes in my life. I've always had respect that you didn't want to see this. I keep myself covered up because I'm a man of the people. I try to dress respectable. I try to look sharp. I try to be a gentleman. That's it. I'm not fucking walking around wearing a goddamn tank top. These fucking guys out there with their grandmother arms. I hate people who have fat, flabby arms that wear fucking tank tops. And like what? I'm supposed to believe those are guns? Those aren't gums. Those are two fucking giant scoops of ice cream, because that's what the fuck you've been eating. I could squeeze those 24-inch pythons all the way down to your fucking humerus. All right? Don't even get me started about the femur. I think the Red Sox had a walk-off home run last night. When I finish my little bullshit in the play and I walk through the sub-stage, the subfloor, the floor right underneath what orchestra would usually be if there was any music in the play. One of the guys in the crew always has a bunch of baseball on, so that's the only Red Sox shit that I've seen. And we had a matinee yesterday, and I think it was during the matinee. But why would the Red Sox have a day game on a Wednesday, a random Wednesday in June? It must have still been light out. All I know is I just saw Fenway Park, and what a gorgeous fucking park. I haven't been to a game there in a couple of years. I got to get back to that. And I know we're still playing 400 ball, but hopefully we'll get hot before it's too fucking late. I was all excited that the Red Sox spent fucking money this year, and we're going to try to be competitive, because I feel like, I don't know what they've been doing the last few fucking years, but let's just say it hasn't been working there. All right, and I think that's it. I don't know that I have anything else to tell you. I'm only 21 minutes in now. I mean, the contract that I have in my head that I never signed with you guys is that I have to do a fucking half hour. You know? But usually at this point, I can read some sort of advertising. But the way I've been reading ads lately, I don't have any. When you do a 4-minute left turn in the middle of some fucking ad reads, look at this. I was wrong. I do have some reads here. All right, what do we got? We got Helix. Helix Sleep. Okay. Helix lineup offers 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite collections and the Helix Plus, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers. Helix Kids mattresses designed for growing bodies and endorsed by child sleep experts. A bunch of creeps standing around watching kids sleep. So how will you know which Helix mattress works best for you and your body? Take the Helix Sleep Quiz today and find out the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door, you lazy bastard. Free of charge. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it at home. That's why they offer a 100-night trial. Gross! And a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out. Try it out, man. Do whatever you want on it. Try out your new Helix mattress. Everybody is unique. You're all special. And everyone sleeps different. That's why Helix has several mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. Models with memory foam layers to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side. Models for more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach and back sleeping positions. Plus, enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night if you got a lot on your mind there. And if your spine needs some extra TLC, they got you. Every Helix mattress has a hybrid design combining individually wrapped steel coils in the base with premium foam layers on top. It's the perfect combination of comfort and support. Not sure? You can take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired Magazine. It is even recommended by multiple leading chiropractors and doctors of sleep medicine as a go-to solution for improving your sleep. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr for 27% off site-wide for Monday morning podcast listeners. That's helixsleep.com/Burr for 27% site-wide. Make sure to enter our show name after checkout so they know who sent you. Okay, look who it is. Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and to succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain. This is mine, man. Showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcasing your offerings with the customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Plus, streamlining your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. Upload and organize your videos, create stunning video libraries, and even monetize your content by adding a paywall. Perfect for online courses, exclusive tutorials, and premium workshops. Make smarter business decisions with Squarespace's intuitive built-in analytics tool. Review website traffic, learn where to focus engagement, and track revenue from bookings, invoices, or product sales, all in one place. Check out squarespace.com/Burr for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code Burr, B-U-R-R, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Burr for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Burr, BURR, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Can't talk today. All right. Anyway, I saw that Mark Maron was going to end his podcast, the What the Fuck podcast. That is a major moment in the young history of podcasting. One of the most legendary podcasts since the beginning of podcasting, right? Seemed pretty cool idea to me. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying I love the idea of retiring anything. You know what I mean? Because, you know, as much as it's sad to watch an athlete just keep playing past, you know, when they should have fucking quit. And we all look at it and we all say it's sad. But, you know, you got to look at your own life sometimes. And just be like, why am I still doing this? That happens a lot in my business, too, in entertainment. Like, you'll just see. I saw somebody the other day, oh, my God, was advertising some sort of gig they had coming up. And, you know, I get it, though. Like, if you retire, then like, what is your? You have to have a purpose. Like, if I retired, I would go full Jimmy Carter. You know, I would find. I'm not saying I'm going to swing a hammer and build houses for the homeless. I'm too fucking pasty for that. But I would find some charity to go work for. My grandmother did that. She volunteered at a hospital and she worked at like the little cafeteria that they had. And it gave her something to do. She still had free time. She still could play cards with her friends. But it gave her a purpose and and she retired at like, I don't know what age. Like how people used to retire at like 65. And then she lived to almost be 105. So she had like over 10,000 hours of volunteer service. You know, she got that like a half hour a time or 40 minutes a time, whatever, however long the lunch was, an hour or so every day. Somebody's going to do the math on that. Actually, she did that between the ages, whatever. She had 10,000 hours. I don't know how the fuck she did it. They had some ceremony for her. But I always looked to her where like she played bridge and she did volunteer work. And then she also, you know, drove her cars forever. And if there was any sort of ding or scratch in it, she would take it down to the dealership and get it fixed. So she had a good looking car. She dressed sharp. She played cards and she volunteered. That's how you fucking retire. I think nowadays, the way they grind you down to nothing in the corporate world, I think everybody is so fucking burned out that left to their own devices in 5 years, they're weed, wine, mushrooms, fucking potato skins and nachos. You're like dead within 3 to 5 years. Well, that's a sad thought, isn't it? Anyway, I just want to give Mark Maron a shout out. And the What the Fuck podcast, the WTF podcast, for being one of the OGs in this world. I was lucky enough to be on it a couple times. Definitely the end of an era. I wonder if I would ever, at some point. I don't know that I would ever quit this thing because I just find I don't ever guess really. You know, I mean I do, but I don't. If that makes any sense, then I just sort of fuck around. I guess I still like doing it. Right? Yeah. I don't know. That's just one of those moments where I just look at somebody's doing that and I go, wait, should I be doing that? I never even thought about the end of this thing. I feel like the end of my podcast, and then when I die, someone is going to collect all of these podcasts and do some sort of psychological breakdown of when I lost it. Just start connecting dots or whatever. Oh, God, the poor bastard that would have to listen to all of these. You know what? They could be listening right now. Somebody could be listening to this in the future when I'm already gone. Hey, man, just want to say I had a great time. All right? Fight off those fucking robots. Now they won't play that in the future. That will be censored. With AI technology. Like that's a fucking asset. Anyway, I'm going to drink a lot of water. That's what you're supposed to do after you have a fucking massage. And guess what? Guess what? I still haven't had a fucking cigar. I still have not had a cigar. Although I will tell you, I walked down the street today when I was going to my son. I don't know who had this the cigar, but I walked by somebody that was smoking a cigar, and I smelled it, and I breathed in like I was in some nature commercial, like I was breathing in the fresh mountain air. But except it was a stogie. Oh. You know, being responsible is awesome in the morning. You know, when you wake up and you're not hungover and you feel good and all of that shit. But like somewhere in the afternoon, the idea of being irresponsible just seems to make more and more sense. You know? I don't know if it's a habit or you just interacted with some human beings. And you just start thinking like, you know, it's 3 p.m. I don't have to do a play until 7. Is this the day I try heroin? How long does it last? You got to do it once, right? Just smoke it. In your fucking 80s. Then I'd be worried you'd you know, like junkies never tip over. What about if you're in your 80s? You probably tip over and then you break your hip. Yeah, you know. That horrible high-pitched scream of an old person. Ah! You know, sounds like a bird off in the distance. Is that some sort of bird I can't identify? Or did somebody 85 just try heroin for the first time and fucking tipped over? All right. Well, that is the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. Once again, thank you to everybody who continues to show up to Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. It's been a life-changing experience, and I am so thankful that I've had it. I am so thankful that I still have another 3.5 weeks to be with all of these, what I hope will be lifelong friends that I've met on this, and then also to be performing in front of all of these crowds, and every night just feeling a different energy. Each crowd has its own like personality or whatever, and it's been. I hope it's made me a better actor. I don't know. I've been having so much fun. I don't feel like I've been working. It's just been great. All right. Well, that's it. Congratulations to the Oilers. I hope the Pacers, Oklahoma City series is more competitive than most people are going to give it credit for. I hope they have an epic fucking 7-game series, because I'm so sick of these people being like, who the fuck cares about fucking Indiana versus Oklahoma City? You don't care about the 2 best teams? What's the matter? There's not enough stars? You know, you can't handle it because Steph Curry and fucking LeBron and whoever else isn't fucking there? Why don't you grow up? Why don't you grow up and stop playing favorites? Like a fucking narcissist parent. All right, that's the podcast. Have a great weekend, you cunts, and enjoy the music picked out by the amazing Andrew Themlis. And then afterwards, we have a bonus episode of the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. See you.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, June 5th, 2017. What's going on? How are ya? How's it going? How was your weekend? It's really not Monday morning at this point. I mean, it's still my Monday morning. It's 20 to fucking 11, but by the time I finish this shit, it's going to be about noon. Saskatoon. See the Northern Lights. I just had a fucking amazing weekend. I want to thank everybody who came out to Clusterfest up in San Francisco, this new comedy festival. I was up there Saturday, and on Sunday, I had like a Make-A-Wish weekend. It was crazy. went up there. Let's see, what did I do? I did the 2 Dope Queen podcast. Then I did the comedy jam, goddamn comedy jam. We were playing outside near City Hall, which I called the fucking state capitol. Anytime I see a dome, I'm like, that's got to be the capital of the state. I mean, why would they spend that much fucking money making something look that impressive and all it is just City Hall? You tell me the fucking mayor lives there? Jesus Christ, I'd love to see the governor. Governor's above the mayor, right? Is that how it works? It's like meter maid, then it goes mayor, then governor, then state representative, congressman, right? And then a senator. And then the MotoGP level is you're the fucking, you're the president, all right? Who tweets and gets up and storms out of interviews when he doesn't like the questions. The fuck is going on with I watched this thing on, what's his face? Vladdy Dotty there. Vladimir Putin saying like how like anybody who's like an opponent of his, they fucking kill him. They've had all these weird suicides. This one guy tied himself to a chair and somehow threw himself into a pool. Now that one right there is not only getting rid of your enemy, but it's also displaying your level of power. Because when you're not even trying to hide it like that, oh yeah, that was a suicide. Anyways, and then he's like poisoning fucking people and all this shit. Whenever I watch those shit, whenever I watch stories about people like that, there was this guy, he's gotten poisoned twice. First time he went into a coma for a week and he was in the hospital for like a fucking month. Now he walks with like a limp. And he went right back to protesting, the current regime in Russia. And then they poison him again. He goes to the same hospital. This time they realized, with his symptoms going, all right, this guy's probably been poisoned again, so they knew something a little better. So they got him out in like a week to 10 days. I don't know about you guys. The first time I get poisoned and I live, I'm going to say to the cause, listen, guys, I'm passing the torch. Okay, I did my part. I'm going to start making those furry Russian hats. I'm going to open a little fucking kiosk down at the local People's Mall, whatever the fuck it is. What's funny is everybody thinks Russia's communist, right? Somebody told me that the other day, going like, dude, they haven't been communists for like fucking 25 years. They're like over here. It's like a small group of people running shit, except they, rather than tweeting and walking out on shit, they just kind of poison people. They're taking it to the next level. I believe the kids say it's turned up. But anyways, Clusterfest. I went to bed watching that. I started talking about a comedy festival, and then I go over talking about a guy getting poisoned and continuing to do what the fuck. If I ever got poisoned doing stand-up, that's it. I'm done. I would send out a tweet. To whoever poisoned me, what would you like me to be doing with my life so I can get on with that? Stock room at Best Buy, you got it. I'll fucking load and unload flat screen TVs for the rest of my fucking life to not go into another week-long coma and stay in the hospital for a goddamn month, knowing that there's people out there that not only can poison me, I don't know who the fuck they are and when they did it. Dude was just sitting there talking to his wife. Everything's fine. And out of fucking nowhere, he went from feeling, all of a sudden, I feel a little, is it hot in here? Boom, right into a coma, fucking 20 minutes later. Continues to fight the good fight. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. If there is an afterlife or whatever, I feel like that guy's in the pre-checked TSA line, Just goes right through. I saw this little YouTube video on this guy who allegedly had a 200 IQ. And I guess the average person has 100. You get up to about 130, 140. You're a fucking genius. Fucking Tesla had a 150. Fucking Galileo had a 160. Somebody had a 190. And this guy's got a 200. So he's allegedly the smartest person on the fucking planet. And he lives in the fucking middle of nowhere on a goddamn farm with like a couple of yaks and some chickens. And he met some other super genius woman out of Brooklyn. I don't know. If you heard them both talk, I didn't buy it. I don't know. once his wife started talking, and it's just, they never really made him demonstrate how fucking smart he was. He just was talking about what he was doing. He was trying to prove that heaven exists. So right there, that was suspect to me. Well, I was just kind of like going like, all right, this guy's like the smartest person ever, and he's like a fucking religious freak. You know? I don't know. That's always I haven't found too many smart people that are like that level into religion. I have found smart people into religion, but they're kind of like, hey, this is what I believe. If you don't believe it, I get it. But, you know, it works for me, so have a nice day. As opposed to telling you you're going to fucking burn forever or some shit. I don't know. Like I was trying to prove the existence of heaven. What about hell? Does that exist? I don't fucking know. I'll send I'll post it. Is that what I'm supposed to say? I'll post the fucking clip. Anyways, let me get back to Clusterfest. I'm fucking talking in circles here. So I landed. I did a private gig, and then I did Two Broke Girls. Then I played drums at the goddamn Comedy Jam outside the fucking mayor's house in this giant square. There was a couple thousand people there. And I forgot to adjust this one cymbal, so every time I bring my stick up, he had like the fucking crash cymbal. The other drummer had the crash cymbal, Nick, right above it, and I kept hitting it, and I was missing shit. I was fucking up, but I just kept going. It's kind of a learning experience. Like, I fucked up a lot, I thought, and but I just kept going, and somehow it landed on its feet. And then later on that night, I did a show there. I don't know how many fucking people were there. It was freezing. It was the coldest I've ever been doing stand-up. It was just like outside. You know, for those people who don't live in San Francisco, and I've made this mistake because I took a vacation there a long time ago in July, and I dressed like it was July. San Francisco's summer, I believe, is like end of September to like middle of October. It's really quick. And the rest of the time, it is fucking freezing. So I was in this little fucking trailer in the back, which always cracks me up about this business. You know, you're like, I'm going to make it. Someday I'm going to be a star, and you end up in a fucking trailer park for most of your career. So I'm in this trailer, right? Not even a double wide. I'm fucking sitting there. And, oh, by the way, Les Claypool's band played across the way before I went up, so I got to hear them play. I couldn't see him play, but I got to meet him briefly. This is my Make-A-Wish weekend. I just fucking broke out the double pedal, and I've been trying to play Tommy the Cat and that type of shit, which I'm failing miserably at. And here I am meeting the fucking guy that wrote the goddamn song. He was cool as hell. His band sounded amazing. So I was standing there, and I did a show. It was me, Joe DeRosa, and Pete Davidson. And I was sitting in the trailer trying to get warm, learning from the East Coast, going, all right, if I'm already cold with my hoodie and my jacket on, I need to take this shit off and let my body adjust. So when I go out there, when I put the hoodie and jacket on, I'll be all right. That's something you learn as a kid. If you already put all your snow shit on inside the house and your body adjusts to your temperature in the house with that shit on, you can then go outside and you're going to be freezing cold. I don't know how it works. That's how it works. You got to take your fucking jacket off. So I was doing that. And as I'm doing it, I'm listening to Rosa, and he's murdering. And, like, the laughs he's getting is not opening a show laughs. And he went out there, like, no pun intended, cold. There was nothing. No music. I don't know what the fuck it was. Just, ladies and gentlemen, Joe DeRosa. And he walked out to the parking lot where the hell we were performing. And he was getting laughs that were not opener laughs. And then he brought up Pete Davidson, and he's fucking killing just as hard. Both of them absolutely murdered. Whoever was at the show, I know, can back me up on that. And then I went out there, and it was one of the more memorable shows I've had with, like, the mayor's house there. They had the dome. It was all lit up in, like, this Celtics green, which was pretty cool. And where they'd sat everybody, there were, like, these traffic lights that were telling you to walk or not walk. And I kept, was seeing the sign when they were counting down whether it was safe to walk across the alleged traffic that was no longer there. I kept thinking that was like the end of my set. It was like fucking me up. And whenever the red light came on, I'm like, does that mean to wrap it up? I kept, it's a fucking traffic light. I don't know. Anyways, so I did that. And then on Sunday, and then I went to a big after party. Got to hang out with DeRosa, Big J, Nate Bargatze, all these fucking guys, man, just having a great time. And then the next day, I got to interview Jerry Seinfeld, promoting his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. That's going to be out on Netflix. And I can't even tell you how fucking nervous I was to do that. Because I was just like, all right. I was joking in the interview going like, I always feel like I'm one dumb comment away from you just standing up and just walking out of the room and I never see you again. Like that's the vibe he has. And as I said that, he stood up and just walked starts to walk off the stage. I was like really nervous because I thought that, I don't know. I just thought he was going to give really quick, short answers. And I was just going to be sitting there like Chris Farley when he did that sketch when he interviewed Paul McCartney. Like, remember when you did Seinfeld? That was awesome. Like, I thought I was literally going to be that guy. But within 2 seconds, I realized, oh, wait, this guy did The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. You know, why wouldn't he come out here and absolutely fucking kill it? If he just sat here giving me quick answers, the thing would go nowhere, and then he would look bad with me. It was amazing. It was one of the most fun things I've gotten to do in my career. And, you know, before I interviewed him for whatever, I had all these fucking questions. Like I was going to look at I never interviewed somebody like that. So I had all these questions I was going to ask him. You know, his favorite car of all time, his favorite Met of all time. You know, what level dictator would you still be willing to do a private show for? You know what I mean? And I never even had to look at him. I asked a few of those. I think I asked him who his favorite Met was. I forget who he said. It was someone from like the 69 series. But it's probably that guy that dove and caught the ball. But before I went and interviewed him, I was looking up, you know, some information about him just so I would have something. I was trying to think, what the fuck can I ask this guy that he's not been asked a million times before? And I just happened to see, it says Jerry Seinfeld comments on Kathy Griffin controversy. And they cut to him. They were just like, Jerry, what do you think about the whole Kathy Griffin, blah, 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 blah. And he just goes, it's stupid. Who cares? That was it. And I was like, oh, my God. Is he going to do that when I interview him? Is it going to be that quick? Thank God he didn't. Thank God he didn't. So it went great. Thank Christ. And then the interview ended. I don't know. We were just saying, man, that was a lot of fun. That went great. It was awesome. And then he left. And then me and Josh Adam Myers jumped in a car. Didn't really jump in a car. Jerry jumped in his car because he does life right. You know, and he gave me some great advice about being on the road. He said, when the show's over, he just goes, go back to the room. He goes, go back to the room. And I go, you never just want to go out and have a couple? He goes, go back to the room. He goes, there's nothing good is out there. Just go back to the room. And do you know, I already knew that. Do you know how many times I've learned that fucking lesson? And he said to me, he goes, if you want to look this good in your 60s, go back to the room. And he looks fucking great. So I'm going to try to do that. How do you go back to the room? You don't go back to the room, you have no stories. I'm going to be in Montreal this weekend. How do I go back to the room? One of my favorite cigar bars in the fucking world is there. How do I go back to the room? But I have to tell you, every time I go back to the room, I'm hating it right until I get to the elevator. And then I go up in the elevator and I go into the room and I put the TV on. And the second I get into the bed, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. This is fucking great. I don't know why. I just, you know, I think I finished the show. I'm wired. I'm excited it went well. And then I go on the road with friends. And they're always, what do you think? Maybe go have a couple, two or three? And I always say yes. So anyway, so the show ends. I've learned to go back to the room. I've also learned to have the car service right fucking there. Like Jerry. It was just like his act. There was no fat on him fucking leaving the stage, going to the dressing room, getting his shit, and he just walked right out. And I go, yeah, of course. I go, look This is how you do your life. The fucking car's ready. My guy's like, I don't know where the fuck he is. And he just laughed and he just got in his car and it was over. So I usually don't have any sort of a car service. I usually just walk out. Okay, so the reason why I have a car service was because I had tickets to go to Game 2 of the NBA Finals. My Make-A-Wish weekend continues. So my car guy goes, yeah, I'm fucking down the street in the car garage. And I go, all right, so we're right here. I told him where we're at. Come to the stage door. The dude comes to the stage door on foot and then walked us back to the fucking car. The show ended at 3:45. The finals started at 5 o'clock. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? So we walked all the way over to this parking garage, got in the elevator, went downstairs. I'm in the parking garage with the crowd. It's the most anti-show business thing ever. It's the most anti-Elvis left the fucking building. It was fucking pedestrian. It was shameful. I should have had my you're in show business card revoked. So we get in the car and we're sitting in the traffic with the fucking crowd to get out of the parking garage. Nothing VIP about it. Complete fucking moron I am. So we ended up, me and Josh were riding in the car over and we're just laughing, going, dude, we're going to the fucking NBA Finals. Finals, whatever the fuck you say it. And we had a couple of cigars, and we said to the guy, who turned out to be the greatest driver ever, we were like, dude, is it okay if I don't get the guy in trouble? He may or may not allegedly have let us smoke the cigar in the back of the car. And we ended up getting to the finals, and we missed about half of the first quarter. And it's just one of those things, like, I can't believe I'm here. And I love that fucking arena. It's going to be a shame when they leave it. I'm going to tell Warrior fans right now, enjoy that arena because your next arena is not going to be that loud. The new ones are never that loud because they build in all of those luxury boxes and everything is just so fucking big and far away from the court. But anyway, so we go to the game and we're watching the game and it's fucking, it's great through about the first 2.5 quarters and then the Warriors just start pulling away. And I got to tell you, as a fan of sport and competition, that allowing Kevin Durant to go to the Warriors that's out of all those things. LeBron going to Miami, fucking Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen going to the Celtics, Shaq and Phil Jackson going to the Lakers. This one might be the worst one. Because at least like Shaq and Phil Jackson, that was a bad time. But still, you still had like the Spurs. They had Tim Duncan. They had David Robinson. You still had something to compete with. And, the Celtics, when we won, we still had to beat the fucking Lakers. And God knows they always had 9 million fucking free agents. And even the fucking Heat, that first year, they lost to the Mavericks. But this one, it was just like... I'm trying to think of an analogy to compare. It'd be like if Magic Johnson joined the Celtics, or Larry Bird joined the Lakers after the 1985 championship. When we lost to him in the finals, he just joined the fucking Lakers. It felt fucking dirty when I was watching it, going like, this just doesn't feel good. I don't know. I was at an NBA final game and I was actually bored, which is funny because I thought when I was at home, I didn't know what the Warrior fans were chanting when they were saying, Warriors, Warriors. I thought they were chanting boring. Boring. I literally thought that that's what they were saying because they were so much... Look at last year's Western Conference Finals. That was fucking unbelievable. That 7-game series with the Thunder and the Warriors. And then you look at last year's NBA final, was fucking amazing. Went 7 games and was won in the last second by the Cavaliers. It was incredible basketball, incredible level of competition. It was amazing. And then, I don't know. I don't understand how the Chris Paul trade was bad for basketball, but Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. And then just watching them puffing their chests out and punching their fucking chests and the crowd going crazy as if they don't realize what they're watching. Like acting as though like, yeah, man, this year's our year. Last year you beat us, but you know what? We dug down deeper. No, you didn't. You didn't. You picked up the best guy that almost fucking beat you last year and added it to your team. It was like, I don't know. Every time they get to within 3 to 5 points, which I have to tell you is pretty fucking amazing when you're playing a team. They haven't even lost a game yet. They've lost one game since February. And they were already playing like that before they had Kevin Durant. So I'm not trying to rain on people's parade here or anything, but I really don't have anything to say about the game other than I watch sports to watch competition. I don't watch it to watch a layup. I mean, the fact that they have all of those guys and then they can rotate them out. And when their LeBron is sitting down, they got another 2 LeBrons still out there. It's just fucking, I don't know. There was a lot of like, I just couldn't believe I didn't hear one Warrior fan address it. You know, at some point, just kind of be like, yeah, this is kind of, I mean, any Celtic fans out there, you didn't feel like, dude, what the fuck that year in 2000? We were like in last place. And then Kevin McHale's in the front office of the Timberwolves and trades away Kevin Garnett for nothing. A former Celtic does that to the Timberwolves. Like, that should have been investigated the same way the Pau Gasol trade when, what's-his-face, Jerry West was in the front office of the Grizzlies. Yeah, we'll give you Pau Gasol for his fucking brother, who's now good, but he wasn't back then. It's a horrible fucking trade. Those were bad enough, but I think this is the worst one ever. Like, this is, I'm still holding out. I have to root for the Cavaliers. I'm still rooting for the fact that they can somehow, you know, obviously they got to win the next one. Most obvious fucking statement ever. But, yeah, I got to tell you, from about halfway through the third quarter, when they started pulling away, and then the Cavaliers kept fighting back, and they just had, it was ridiculous. It was like, I don't know. I just walked out of there going like, that felt like a fucking regular season game. I didn't feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. How the fuck somebody explain to me what that's competition? Like, as a Warrior fan, you're going to look at that and just be like, yeah, man, that feels good. And you have to be honest with yourself, Warrior fans. Weren't you guys bitching at LeBron when he went to Miami? And he won 2 down there, right? Weren't you saying that's fucking bullshit? It's a pile-on team. Now, if you were, you got to say that about your own fucking team. And I didn't hear that once. I just saw everybody fucking walking around thumping their chest like this was the greatest fucking thing ever. You know what else is funny too? I really think is hilarious is when the little kids come out and they do their dance routines, that aggressive hip-hop dancing. It's the funniest shit ever to me, like what dancing has become. It's like you're literally sitting there. Like when a little kid danced when I was a kid, it was cute. It was adorable. Now you're just sitting there like this. Does this kid want to fight me? I think a 6-year-old is squaring off with me. This whole fucking new generation where everybody's just walking around like they're these gods. I don't know what the fuck that is about. These fucking Instagram douchebags who are trying to be inspirational people as they're showing off their fucking abs. Like they're trying to help you by showing off their beauty and their own success and standing in front of private jets holding up a wad of cash. I for the fucking life of me, I can't understand why that behavior isn't ridiculed and why it's actually like aspired to. Go out and get yours. So fucking... Get what? A bunch of fucking shoes? I don't know. Oh, God, I'm just a crabby old man. I have to tell you, if the Cleveland Cavaliers had somehow signed a giant free agent at the level of Kevin Durant, then I think this would be probably the greatest NBA Finals ever, because it would be like 2 Hall of Fame fucking teams going at it with each other. And then even if I always hated that fucking, I hate the super teams, as you can obviously tell. But at least if you have two of them going at it, then it becomes interesting. Like back in the day when the roided up free agent Red Sox went up against the roided up free agent Yankees. I know it was bad for baseball, but at least there was another roided up free agency fucking team out there. This is just like, I don't know. I just don't understand how you play a team that has the talent that LeBron has, and it's like fucking child's play because you got this fucking juggernaut you just signed, and I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird feeling leaving there. So I think I fucking, I don't know. I think that was a little too long. I probably talked about it too long, but like, I was so excited to go to the fucking game, and then it would have been nice if one Warrior fan went like, yeah, it's kind of bullshit, but, LeBron did it in Miami, so does that kind of make it okay? I mean, hey, that guy touched a kid, so why can't we touch a kid, right? Isn't that how it works? Yeah, I was joking with Josh. I go, dude, that felt dirty. And then I also have to tell you, I absolutely fucking cannot stand the West Coast fucking sports fan. I just cannot stand them. I did not hear one intelligent thing yelled during the game. I mean, their commentary is different reads of oh shit. That's it. Nobody fucking seems to know what's going on. There was one guy behind me going, oh, I never seen the Cavs come out with this lineup. Oh, they're going big. There was a couple of people, but everybody else was just fucking mouth breathers. Just waiting for the ball to go through the net to be like, oh shit! They don't want none of this! Sorry, didn't mean to fucking blow out your ears there. All right, I'm done fucking whining about that shit. But it is bullshit. It is. I actually heard this is a fucking West Coast sports fan. I went into the bathroom and somebody yelled out, 2 championships going on 3, and somebody goes 2.5. We got 2.5. Now I don't know if he was saying like they should have got it called a championship last year, or they're already racking this one up because they already fucking were going to win game 2. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I hope that's what that guy was saying. Do you think I shit on the whole fucking thing long enough? I really didn't think it was going to go that long. I'm already fucking 28 minutes in. All right, let's do a little bit of advertising here. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Blue Apron. Blue Apron decided not to continue advertising with me because I said, when I was reading the copy, it says, when you have fresh ingredients, food tastes better. And I was like, really? Fresh ingredients tastes better? That's the reason they're claiming that they stopped wanting to advertise in the podcast. Not because 6 weeks ago I read that story where they were, going to farmers markets trying to box out the little man, I know that's what it was. I know that they just were like, well, we can't do it now, or he's going to bring that shit up, that filthy shit that we allegedly did up again. So we're just going to wait, and we're going to wait for him to do one fucking read that we don't like, and then we're going to be out. Come on, Blue Apron. How dumb do you think I am? Huh? Stop going down to farmers markets, allegedly. What do you want, John Cougar Mellencamp to have to write another fucking song? Is that what the hell you're going after? All right, here's our old friends. They don't give a shit how I read these. I like these guys. This is old Zip. All right, anyways, here we go. All right, let's read some questions here for this week. See if I can stop talking about that fucking Golden State thing. Hey, Bill, would love if you would find it. I would love it if you would find it to come back to Sweden. Malmo gets boring. There's too few redheads to spend my money on here. Thank you. All right. I feel like he was vaguely trashing me, yet he likes my comedy. I'm definitely going to be coming back to Sweden. Last time I went through Europe, I didn't do the Scandinavians. Countries. What are the Scandinavian countries, people? Come on. Norway, Sweden, Denmark. I know there's one other one in there. It's not Finland. That's part of the Nordic countries. That also includes Scandinavia. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I was there. I learned that Scandinavia was like 3 countries, and then those 3 countries were part of the Nordic countries, which included Finland and this little island just north of Great Britain. Right? Isn't it something like that? I will definitely be back, and I'll have a brand new hour for you fucking blue-eyed, blonde-haired cunts, and we'll have a great time. From a lovely French lady. Hey, Bill. Hello, bonjour. I just wanted to send a little message and hopefully have it heard that being a videographer myself, I immensely appreciate the graphic work and details and F is for family. Oh, thank you. Such a great show on so many levels. That's it. All the best to everyone involved with Bill in general and, of course, Bill himself, a French fan from Paris. Hey, guess what, French lady? Femme de la Français. Lady of the France. The show is actually, the animators is Gaumont, which is in France. All right? And then, of course, then they farm it out to these people, Big Jump in Ottawa. That's how it works. But you guys are part of the mix. And what's great about France is if you use French animators, an animation company, is you get, the government gives a little bit of money and makes it cheaper. It's a smart thing. It's like a Trump thing. They're trying to bring fucking business, into their country, like Trump says he wants to do, as he walks away from the Paris Agreement. It's just a hoax. Climate change, not global warming anymore. It's climate change. Just a little change in the climate. I saw some lady on TV going like, I think it's good for this country that we do it because we've always been a leader in environmental issues. Yes, we have been a leader. Fucking it up the most as far as I can tell. If I'm to believe what the scientists are saying. Oh, scientists. With their information. Anyways, by the way, thank you to everybody that's been watching season 2. The people have been loving it. And, it's a ton of goddamn work. So thank God you guys enjoyed it. Or have been enjoying it. Please tell more people to watch it. The more people you tell to watch it, hopefully the more fans we get. And then they'll let us do a season 3. And if not, I'll just have all kinds of free time in my life. It's kind of a win-win for me either way, people. Either I get to continue working with these great people doing this great show, or I'm going to become a hell of a drummer. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I can't wait to get back to France at some point. Just got to wait till the little one gets a little bit bigger. We're actually, you know what I want to do? I was talking to Nia. I want to get like some sort of fucking, French person over here, right? That can, help make my daughter smart because she's got to learn from somebody. I know it ain't going to be me. And if she also teaches her French and teaches us all French, how great would that be? My little cutie pie be over in France being fluent. Huh? How cute would that be? She's sitting up by herself now. It's fucking amazing. She has this look on her face. She's like proud of herself. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just the best. I'm telling you. It's the best. There's no material in having a kid. There really isn't. Other than your fear that something bad's going to happen to him. But I feel like that's been fucking done to death. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's been fucking phenomenal. Okay. F is for family. Hey, Bill, I'm a big fan of your work. In from Puerto Rico. Oh, hope to see you perform someday here. I watched the second season of F is for Family and is great, even better than the first one. Completely hilarious. Well, take care and keep the good work. Keep up the good work. How would that work? Puerto Rico is like not a state, but it's one of those, yet another place that we kind of just decided was ours. If I go on stage there, I don't know. I went on stage in Singapore. I didn't get caned. I'm sure I'll be all right in Puerto Rico. I'd love to fucking go there. Bring my wife. She can go to the fucking beach, I'll be there with all the lovely ladies. All those fucking J-Los walking around. I think that would be that. I could definitely be talked into that. I'd go over there and tell my fucking shit jokes. All right. Can't stop smoking cigarettes. All All right. Get job on new season. Get job on the new season of F is for Family. I'm halfway through, and it's hilarious. I've been smoking for 7 years now. I'm 22, and I can't stop smoking. It's really starting to affect my health, and I'm sick of it. I quit boozing and smoking weed, but I've never been able to quit smoking cigarettes. All right, and what the fuck? How do I help you do this? I tried to replace it with weed, but it just makes me want to smoke a cigarette after. Alcohol gives me cravings too. You used to smoke cigars, so maybe you've got some good tips. I still smoke cigars to help me quit. By the way, you should come to Minneapolis soon and play a show. Check out the new Viking Stadium. It's amazing. Let's see. You guys, the Twin Stadium is amazing. You guys are doing all right up there. As is the Wilds. The last time I went to a, what do you got up there? The Timberwolves game. Kevin Garnett was still there, and you played in the Target Center, and that was a shithole. All right. Well, they say quitting cigarettes is as hard as quitting heroin, so I don't know. I would try to get professional help. I'm so happy I never started doing that, and I used to smoke cigars once every 4 days or something like that. Now I smoke them once every 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, and I really don't have the craving to do it. I kind of wait for the right time to do it. Like riding in a car to go over to the NBA Finals. That felt this is a cigar fucking moment. But the way I was doing it before, where it was just every goddamn couple of days, having a humidor and all that type of stuff, you can really just, I don't know. I still think I smoke too many of them, and I don't eat right when I'm on the road, and I drink too much when I'm on the road, and it's something I have, personally, I have to stop doing that. And you know what it is? It's really, I find it's just developing, I know people say this, but it's just developing new habits. If you're eating shit food, you crave shit food. If you're eating salads and good stuff, you crave that. And I don't know, I'm a creature of habit. And if it's just every night, we're going out and we're having drinks after the show, your body's oh, now we do this. It's in this routine. So you kind of have to force yourself to break up your routine. And I think you just have to make a decision that you're going to be stronger than it. Unless you have some sort of, super addictive personality, like those people, and you got to go into the Dr. Drew house or some shit like that. I mean, I don't know what your deal is, but I would seek professional help. All right, VIP airline. Hey, Bill, that airline with the hot air hostesses exist. It only flies between Paris and New York. Oh, I was talking about a VIP airline. We don't have to go on with people that are going to take their shoes off and put their feet up over the goddamn, stick them between your fucking, what do they do? They stick them between the fucking armrests and that type of thing. Just those goddamn animals. They should just have a first class one. They should have Animal Airlines and then fucking Raised Right Airlines. So he's saying there is a VIP airline, but it only flies between Paris and New York. It's only business class. They give you iPads, feed you chef-made food, and plenty of good French wine. The tickets aren't even that expensive. Treat Nia to a holiday. Best from France. Well, what's the name of the fucking airline? You got to give me the name of the airline, dude. Now I got to look it up. Oh, hey, I got to tell you, I got to look it up. Do I got time to fucking do this? Will my internet even work? Fucking scam that is. All right. VIP airline, New York to Paris. Come on, what do you say? American Airlines, New York to Paris flights, Air France, Le Campagne. Discover Paris with a unique all business class airline. I found it. It's LACOMPAGNIE.com. $1,800, dude. You said it was 1,000. I want to see some pictures here. Plan your trip to Paris. Oh, Oh, wow. Okay, I'm impressed with their little terminal there. My compagnie. No, dude, I live in L.A., so I'm not going to fucking connect through New York. I'm just going to say fuck it. Use all my miles and jump on a plane. Okay, if we're ever in New York, that'd be a nice thing to do. Maybe if I'm doing a gig in New York, then afterwards we can just go fly out. Yeah, it's a good idea, goddammit. That's a good fucking idea. Who knows, man? I'll ask the wife about that one. You know what I mean? You know how that works. Oh, that was a question I wanted to ask Jerry. I forgot to do it. I wanted to ask him, dude, can you just come home with a new Porsche, or do you have to clear it with your wife? You know? Can you get to a fucking, like, can you just look at her and be like, dude, I'm Jerry Seinfeld? You know, look around your house. Do you like this? Echo. All right, heart surgeon busted for filming me taking a piss. What? Dear Billy double take tits. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's hilarious. I heard this story on your podcast last week. This fucking phone keeps vibrating this whole podcast. The phone fart. Wink. What the fuck is all of this stuff? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Here we go. I heard the story on your podcast last week about the Oxford student stabbing her boyfriend in the leg with a butter knife and how she was let off easy despite her psychotic actions. I have a similar story that involved myself a little while ago. I'm a musician and was playing a solo gig near some markets in the popular part of Brisbane. Where the fuck is that? I've been there. Oh, that's Australia. Australia. Oh, that was the next thing. It literally said comma and went to the next page. It's fucking hilarious. During one of my breaks, I went to take a leak in the public amenities. I was doing my business in one of the stalls when suddenly I noticed an iPhone slowly coming over the top of my stall to my left. I could only see half of the phone, but could tell the camera was going. Obviously, it took me by surprise, and for about 2 seconds, my head went through a does not compute mode. I was only halfway through taking a piss. I said, what the fuck, out loud, when I heard the stall next to mine open very quickly. I looked behind me and saw a short, possibly Asian guy running. I tried to stop mid-piss, very difficult, adjusted myself, quickly ran out after him, only to find hundreds of people walking through the markets. I couldn't see him anywhere. I was infuriated. It was infuriating. My first thought was, oh, great. Now I'm going to be uploaded to some, quote, I love publicpissing.com porn site. I was really fucking pissed off, no pun intended from this guy evidently, but kind of glad I didn't catch him because I probably would have dragged him by the balls to the police and then they would charge me for assault. I don't think you would because it's a guy-to-guy physical confrontation, and on his phone, there would be your dick. Anyways, a few days later, I was telling my friend what had happened, and he said that he heard about an Asian German national being caught filming 7 men in the public toilets in the same area, and he found the article online. So it turns out this 26-year-old guy is a trainee heart surgeon on holiday in Australia celebrating his graduation from medical school. Here's the article. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Well, at least he doesn't work on somebody's fucking urinary tract. I mean, he at least had enough discipline to be like, listen, I can't be near the dick area. I don't trust myself. So he's up by the fucking hot. Okay, this article is slowly but surely opening. What is going on in the world? The judge went easy on him and didn't record a conviction because of his promising career. What the fuck? I guess if you're a doctor, you can get away with anything. What the fuck? So just because you're an elite student in this world, you get let off easy for doing really fucked up things? Apparently none of the other men filmed were aware of what he was doing, so I called the police in the area he was caught. They asked me to describe what I was wearing at the time, blah, 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 and said the phone was confiscated and the footage was deleted. I fucking hope so. They also that was him saying that. I just gave it a great read, so it sounded like me. If I could pat myself on the back. They also asked if I wanted to press charges. I said, fuck yes. The cop I spoke to said he would pay the pervert a visit very soon to lay the charges as the guy was due to leave the country in 2 days. I called back on the day he was supposed to leave the country, but the cops said they won't be pressing charges because they had already been laid by the arresting officer and that the student had received a conviction even though the article said he hadn't. Weird. But apparently he will never be able to enter Australia again for the rest of his life. I just think it's so fucked up that these people can get away with such disgraceful actions, especially someone like this heart surgeon who could potentially be playing with some poor guy's balls as he lays under the anesthetic. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, they kind of have the guy in check because heart surgery, you need other people. Here's a guy. German tourist Ladai Tran was fined $800. Sounds like about $100 a dick. After pleading guilty to seven counts, 7 into 800. So, he's, about 115, about $115 a whack or something like that. $112, I don't know. Counts of recording in breach of privacy. A trainee heart surgeon. Okay, this guy, 26, a German national. Jesus Christ. Even fucking Asians, if they go to Germany, they become sex perverts. I thought it was just the Germans. What is it with that country? They just into the peeing and the shitting? What the fuck is going on over there? So he's fined $800 after pleading guilty to the Brisbane magistrate on Saturday on 7 counts of recording in breach of privacy. The court heard Lee had been in Australia for a month to celebrate his recent graduation from medical school when he filmed The Naked Men on Friday. Lee filmed 7 men in the space of 3 hours by holding his iPhone over the wall of the neighboring cubicle. None of the men realized they were being filmed, but his behavior drew the attention of South Bank security, who contacted police. Lee was arrested. The police found the video of the men on his phone. Acting magistrate, blah, 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 described his actions as disgusting. The offenses are disgusting offenses involving a serious breach of the privacy of other adult males. I can only assume the offending was for sexual gratification purposes. Lee's lawyer, Kate MacArthur, said her client had been accepted into cardiology unit in Germany and would fly home on January 12th. He has a very promising career ahead of him, she said. She said her client was ashamed of his actions, but asking that a conviction not be recorded against him because it could jeopardize his career and ability to travel. Mr. Schubert fined Lee $800 and did not record a conviction. Wow, man. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up. And am I crazy to think that because these actions are against men, something happens to a guy, it's just not as serious. I don't think. I just think that's, I don't know. Either people are like, they think it's funny. Like, if this is the thing, if a woman told another woman that's, some woman, I guess, was filming, and they'd be like, what the fuck? No, wait, maybe because it was a woman, though. But last week was a woman. She stabbed a guy with a knife. Maybe it isn't any of these issues. Maybe it's just, if you want to get away with shit, and you don't want to be a banker or be in an insurance company, then I would say have a promising medical career in front of you. Evidently, that just absolves you of everything. That's really upsetting. All right, let's. And the only way to follow up that upsetting story is the only thing I know that's more upsetting than somebody filming another man peeing without him knowing is me reading out loud. Helix, everybody. Helix? You're unique. Oh, you're a special fucking snowflake. You don't walk like everybody else, talk like everybody else, shoot, chat, or sleep like anyone else. So why is your mattress one size fits all? What army movie is that from? Your mothers are not here anymore. I'm going to teach you how to walk, talk, shoot, shit, like the United States Marine Corps. Because a truly customized mattress will cost you $5,000 to $10,000 until now. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and they'll run a 3D biomechanical model of your body through the proprietary algorithms they developed with the help of the world's leading ergonomics and biomechanic experts. Whatever the fuck that means. I think you just got cloned. The result, the most comfortable mattress you've ever slept on. Just ask your replacement. I love sleeping on this mattress. Helix customers report a 30% improvement in overall sleep quality. And for couples, they customize each side of the mattress, the beginning of the end of your relationship. Your mattress arrives at your door in about a week, and shipping is 100% free. That's why everyone from GQ magazine to Forbes are all talking about Helix Sleep. You have 100 nights to try it out, and if you don't like it, they'll pick it up for free. Gross! And give you a 100% refund, no questions asked. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr and get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/Burr. Hey, helixsleep.com/Burr. Upside, man. You know something? There's a better way for you to buy business travel, man. It's called upside.com, man, if you want to get rid of the middleman, man. Every time you buy a trip at Upside, you'll save your company a ton of money. And they'll give you an Amazon gift card worth hundreds of dollars. Upside's able to do this because they bundle your flights and hotel together for one low price. Bundled pricing saves money. If you're a frequent business traveler, your company saves a ton of money, and you get thousands a year in gift cards just for buying your air and hotel together at Upside. Plus, you still get all your miles. I mean, they got everything in here but a hand job. If you're shopping for business, you'd be crazy not to check out Upside.com. It takes 3 minutes to see how much you can save by buying your flights and hotel together for one low price. And right now, when you use my name, Burr, you're guaranteed to get at least a $100 Amazon gift card for your first trip. And you can buy a little $80 camera and go into a men's restroom. As long as you're in the medical field and film other guys peeing, and evidently you'll be fine. That's my name, Burr, to get at least a $100 Amazon gift card. Save big on travel and get a big gift card every trip. I love Upside.com, evidently. Upside.com. Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details. Oh, there it is. Minimum purchase required. I was going to say, you can't just get a fucking $150 flight and then give a guy a $100 gift card. I mean, you're going to go under. All right. Stamps.com, everybody. Stamps saves you time and money, which you can use to grow your business, you know? Or stab your boyfriend with a butter knife. I mean, you got all this time now. I can mail any letter, any package just using my computer and printer, and the mailman just comes and picks it up. Avoid the hassle, man, of going to the post office and mail everything from postcards to envelopes to packages, domestic or international. Create your Stamps account in minutes online with no equipment to lease and no long-term commitments. I use Stamps.com anytime I'm selling my fucking... I don't know, I'm whoring myself out selling posters or whatever. If I can figure out how to use it, so can you. And right now, you too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. So go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in Burr. That's Stamps.com, enter Burr. Stamps.com, never go to the post office again. That's it. It's a fucking wrap. All right. So what do we got here? What do I got left to talk about? How about the fucking Nashville Predators making it a series, winning Game 3? What I hope the Cavaliers do. What I still believe the Cavaliers can do, despite the fact. I'm not going to get back into that again. The Predators win Game 3. I saw a little bit of it. I was working that night, and I actually saw when they went ahead 2-1 and then 3-1. Was that the game? I can't remember. So here we go. I mean, from what I've heard, they've been outplaying the Penguins at least 2 out of the 3 games. So maybe they'll tie it up, and maybe someone like myself will get what I want, which is a nice 7-game series, a nice classic. So that game's tonight. I will definitely be watching. And this week, Billy Redface. I'm going to be on Howard Stern on Wednesday. Wednesday. My triumphant return. I've not been on that show since, I believe, 2003. I did it twice in 1 month. I thought I was an in guy, and I never got another invite. So I'm finally coming back. You know, I'm psyched to finally come back onto the show. So please listen on Wednesday. And that's it. That's the podcast. Thank you for listening, and really, man, no joke. Thank you to everybody who's been watching F is for Family, telling people about it. then also taking the time to let me know how much you're enjoying it. It's really been one of the great weeks of my life. I have to be honest with you. So no jokes or anything. Thank you guys for watching it. Please continue to tell people about it. And because we already have we know what we want to do in season 3. We just have to wait for Netflix to give us the green light. And they give us the green light by you guys watching it and talking about it online, which you guys are doing. So I can't thank you enough. And that's it. Thank you to everybody at Clusterfest. I had a great time. Thank you to the city of San Francisco. Thank you to the Warriors for still playing in the Oracle. You know? Great fucking old... Oh, you know what's funny? When I did that Seinfeld interview, I jokingly said that this venue feels like an old ABA arena, and evidently the old San Francisco Warriors used to play there, so I felt pretty good about calling that one. All right, Bill, you're overstaying. You're welcome. Okay, go fuck yourselves. I'll check in on you on Thursday, and that's it. Let's go Cavs. Come on, man. If you beat the fucking Warriors... with all their accoutrements that they added, all of that fucking juggernaut of a goddamn team walking around thumping themselves in the chest as if what they're doing. I've said this for fucking ever, and I'll say it the last time. When you were a little kid on the playground and you were choosing up teams, even little kids knew when it was getting no, this is not going to be, there's no competition here. Even as kids, you knew this. The Warriors are doing right now, they're doing something that even children know are wrong. Even children would break that up. You know what I really think it is? I think Stern left the NBA. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he would have stepped in. Who knows? I always thought that guy was shady. I do know this. Without a doubt, Cleveland's going to win a fucking game because the NBA does not make money, nearly as much money on a 4-game series versus 5, 6, 7. So at some point... I'm looking for them to fucking just start calling everything on the Warriors. But then again, I am a fucking conspiracy theory fucking freak. I don't know. I still feel like the Cavs have not played their best game yet. All right. I'm going to say they're going to win game 3. Fuck it. I'm putting it out there. All right. Go fuck yourselves. I'll see you on Thursday.